Let me start the recording. Yeah, so welcome once again. Thank you all for attending this class today. As usual, this is our Swahili class for CSG or for consciousness. And what you do is basically to learn some words in Swahili and some lessons that can then help us actually unify Africa. So today we'll be proceeding with our lessons as usual. We'll be learning more about, basically today we'll be going at the negating some of the words. You know, we've been dealing with the prefix. We'll still be negating the aspect of prefix a bit, but now in this context, we'll be looking at what we have looked before. So if you want to negate a word, maybe a negative, not affirmation, negative affirmation of a word, what do you use? That's basically what we'll be focused on, and the past and present tense of that. Because the last time we were looking too much on the subject and the object prefix here, including its past tense and present and present tense and other tenses. So today we'll be looking at the same prefix, but on the contents of negative or positive affirmation of the same sentences. That's basically what we'll be looking at. So I'll just go straight by starting on some few examples and see how we can build it up on this aspect. So basically, let's see one of the words we might use and see how we can learn with it. Which Swahili word have you loved so far that you can remember so that you can use it to illustrate how do you do negative affirmation or positive affirmation? So we'll be learning both positive and negative affirmation. But let me get the word. Penda. I know most of you, Penda, sister Valerie. Is Sister Valerie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you know the word penda.
I do, Kupenda. But can't
Yes.
Can't penda. Quite remember what penda is.
Penda from the word nakupenda.
Yeah, nakupenda. But what does it mean in English? I'm not too sure.
Penda means I love you.
Oh, yeah, I should know that one.
Okay. I think we say it often, but you forget what the word means sometimes. Yeah.
So, nakupenda come from the main verb penda.
Okay.
And penda means love.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have here nakupenda, which means I love you. But you see, in English, you see the love come before. That's what I was saying, the difference in grammar or the syntax. I love you. Well, I is starting with the love. Ku, which is kupenda, then this become to love. So we have ku, and remember we say everywhere where you get a ku before the verb means to. So when you say kupenda means to love.
Are you writing this somewhere?
Yeah, can you see it?
No, I can't. That's why I was wondering. Oh yeah, now I see it. Yes.
Yeah, on the blue side. So I'm breaking down the word nakupenda. By breaking the penda means love. Then kupenda means to love, which means the ku here stands for to.
Two.
Yeah. Na here stands for I. Nakupenda. So let's use this example of the word nakupenda for the purpose of our class today. Now, if I don't love you, nakupenda is in the first person pronoun. We are talking of the first person object, so it's me, nakupenda. So if I don't love you, I will say, if it's in the first person pronoun, it will be si. Then I'll say, sikupendi.
Sipenda.
No, sikupendi. So when the si come in the negation, remember the nda will change to ndi. So it becomes nakupenda, sikupendi. So it won't be kupenda, it will be sikupendi.
Sikupendi. Okay.
Yeah, so it won't be
and that's
I
don't love you.
Yeah, which means I don't love you.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Sikupendi.
Okay, but na shouldn't be I, isn't it?
Yeah, now the na is I.
Uh-huh.
Which means in the word nakupenda, it means I love you. So na here I.
Uh-huh. But siku also becomes I.
Yeah, so si replace the first person pronoun. You know, si is like the first person pronoun. So first person pronoun means I.
Okay.
So when you bring si, which is a negative affirmation of the same I, it means I, instead of nakupenda, which is I love you, na here will mean I, but in a positive affirmation, which means I love you.
Okay.
Now, if I don't love you, the na now will be replaced by si to say sikupendi.
Okay.
All will mean I.
Okay.
Then, if it is the second person pronoun is, so you remember we have first person pronoun where is Mimi. Let me get back. We have Mimi, which is me. Then we have Wewe, which is you.
Okay.
Then we have Yeye, which is also him or her. That's the third person pronoun. So Mimi is the first person pronoun, which is yourself. First person pronoun. We call it first person pronoun because it refers to you yourself. So it becomes first person pronoun here. Then Wewe would be the second person pronoun.
Okay. You lot have more English than the English. First and second and third. I only know vast Swahili.
This is not the third person. So third person pronoun, as I've always been saying, for example, it will depend mostly on distance or with the distance. For example, where I'm sitting, it is I. Then the person next to me it is Mimi. The person close to me will be Wewe. The person far away from me, that's why you say the third person, far away from me, will be Yeye. Yeye.
Okay.
Like in English, you say me, you, her, or him. So mean him is third person, is far away from you. Mimi or me is first person, myself. Then you is the second person pronoun, yourself. Then him or her is third person pronoun, herself.
Okay.
So here, where we are referring to first person pronoun, which is Mimi, then the word I will become nakupenda. I love you. I. Na. Remember when we are dealing with the pronoun is, it will be nakupenda, something like that. So here in this negation, we say nakupenda, which is I love you. In negative affirmation, we say sikupendi.
Okay. I don't love you. Okay.
So let's go back to, it should be, now in plural, will be, if it's in singular, sikupendi, which means I don't love you, in plural will be hatukupendi, hatukupendi.
Okay.
Which is we.
Oh, hatu.
Hatukupendi, nakupenda, sikupendi, hatukupendi. Hatukupendi. Then we'll have, the next one should be nakupenda, hakupendi. We'll be having the third person pronoun is her. So if it is first person, sikupendi, the second person is hakupendi. We don't have a clear second person pronoun for the word hakupendi, because it will be when you say sikupendi, hakupendi could mean like the second person pronoun hakupendi. So we have the hakupendi. So hakupendi means he or she don't love you.
Okay.
Because for example, when you look at this, because when you're telling somebody he or she doesn't love you, which means you're talking to second person already, you see? And you're telling this second person that the third person doesn't love him or her. For example, in this case, you have combined the first person and the second person pronoun. For example, I am myself with Sister Ida close to me. So instead of Sister Ida being the second person in this case, she's with me. So I'm telling her that, you know, Sister Ida, she doesn't love you. Then I'll be referring to who? Either Sister Valerie. So at this particular moment, when I'm telling Sister Ida that she doesn't love you, or I'm telling Sister Ida that, you know what, Sister Ida, Valerie doesn't love you. In this case, Valerie will play the position of a third person, not second person. We have combined the space of second and first person together by me being the first person speaking to a second person, which is Sister Ida, and telling Sister Ida that Sister Valerie doesn't love you. You see? Are you getting it?
Yeah, with the H, are we? We're talking the hakupenda.
Hakupendi.
Hakupendi, okay.
You must get one thing. In all negation, the nda will be changing to ndi.
Hakupendi, okay.
So hakupendi, which means I'm telling her he or she doesn't love you. So we won't have the second person pronoun or second person word here, because when you're talking to the second person talking about love, you have already combined second and the first person in terms of space.
Okay.
Because even if I talk to Sister Valerie, I'm telling Sister Valerie that, you know, Sister Valerie, what? Sister Ida doesn't love you. In this case, Sister Ida assumes the third person. She's not the second person, because I will be the first person and I'm speaking to Sister Valerie, who already is a second person.
Okay. Yeah, now you're, yeah. Now I understand. Because you're talking to someone else, and so you're talking about a third person. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll always tell the second person something about the third person. I cannot tell the second person that, you know what, because already the second person has occupied the space of second person. I cannot have a second person word for the same love. Unless I'm telling the second person, here like Sister Valerie, I'll be telling her, Sister Valerie, sikupendi. The same way we said up here, sikupendi, which means I don't love you. In this case, I'm speaking to the second person next to me, which is Sister Valerie.
Okay.
I'll be telling Sister Valerie, you know what, Sister Valerie? Sikupendi, which means I don't love you.
Okay.
Now, I will not have a second person position here, because already the second person is Sister Valerie now, you see? So I'll only tell something about the third person. If I'm referring to somebody who doesn't love Sister Valerie, who is not myself, I'll be telling Sister Valerie, you know what, Sister Valerie? She doesn't love you. In this case, the she is a third person.
Yeah. Now I understand it better when you say about who's talking, who you're talking to, and who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So in this case, we'll be having the third person, which is hakupendi. In plural, for example, if in this case the third person will be a group of people, maybe Sister Valerie and maybe Brother Glory, where they are. So I'll be telling you, Sister Ida, that, you know what, Sister Ida, they don't love you. So I'll be saying hawaku. So you introduce the word hawa, hawakupendi. So hawa, which means they don't love you. So hawakupendi will be the plural of the word hakupendi. Are you together there?
Yep.
Yes. But it will be based now on tenses. So if I put the tense in this word, like, remember when I used the word CC?
I remember the word, but I don't remember the meaning necessarily.
Now, get the word. When I say the word C, in the word sikupendi,
Oh, okay.
Which means this is
I
a present thing. Which I say, I don't love you. It means this is a present thing or a present continuous thing. Like when I say I don't love you, it means I am presently not in love with you, or I'm in the process, I'm still in continuous process of not loving you. When I say I don't love you.
Okay.
So then the word I in the C represent both present and present continuous. I don't know if you can be able to see the chart down here in the book I'm sharing. Very down below where there's a tense, past, present, and present continuous.
Yeah.
Now you see in the present there's a word I, and in the present continuous also I.
Yeah.
So I, which is EE, is present like in the word C, SI. So the I here in the C means it is present and continuous presence. When I say sikupendi, it means I don't love you, or I'm continuously not loving you. But when you say in the past, it will be, let me go to the present first of all. In the future, it will be sita kupenda, sita kupenda. Which means I will not, yes, I will not love you. So the word ta here, in the word sita, is now the future word, or the future tense here. Sita kupenda, which means I will not love you. So these are tense introduced here. Sita kupenda, I will not love you. While when I say siku kupenda, siku kupenda, the word ku, the first ku here we are adding before the word kupenda will be the past tense, which means I didn't love you. Siku
Can I ask why?
I didn't
why
love
this is not Pandi? Penda. Why doesn't it end with an I? If
now,
it's not, if it's
when you take it now in tenses, when you put it in the past, present, and future tense, now we don't change the last vowels. But when you're negating,
okay.
When you're negating, when you say, for example, sikupendi, hatukupendi, purely you are negating the sentence without putting the tenses aspect. Then the I will change to I. But when you're now returning the word in the tenses, it can't be sita kupendi. It will be sita kupenda, which means you retain the word penda. The only thing you're doing is now putting in time. You're putting either in the past tense, in the present tense, or in the future tense. But you're retaining the word love, penda. But when you're negating it completely, it means you now have to change the penda to pendi so that it fix the negation aspect. So it's hatukupendi, hawakupendi, sikupendi, hatukupendi, hamtupendi. You see? Let me get back there. That's the very challenging one. When we are changing, when you're negating the sentence, because you see, we are negating both even the verb penda.
Negating as changing.
Yeah, no, negating means we are giving a negative affirmation. We are not approving it.
Okay.
We are not approving it. Like when I say you are beautiful, when I'm trying to refute that, I'll say you are not beautiful. But in Swahili, you can't say, like here we say, I love you. I don't love you. So grammatically, you cannot say sikupenda. You totally change that to be sikupendi.
Okay.
And this ndi will always be a reference of the first person pronoun, the E. Even in the second person pronoun, it still remains sikupendi, hatukupendi, hawakupendi. But when now you're putting the word penda in context, like in the tenses, in tense means you're putting it in time. you retain the word penda. For example, you're saying sitakupenda, which means I will not love you. So you don't say sitakupendi, you just say sitakupenda. Because in this case, you have introduced an aspect of tenses here or time here. So you say sitakupenda or sikupendi, or sikukupenda. This will be a bit challenging. I'll have you to review this, but that's basically how it runs. So basically, when you're doing the part of tenses, it will have to be like that. There's the word sijakupenda, which will be the present tense here, which I will have to add up here. I don't know if you accept the word sija, which means I haven't sijakupenda, I haven't loved you. Sijakupenda is a present perfect. I haven't. It's different with saying I didn't. I didn't basically means you didn't love the person in the past. I haven't is more of perfect or present perfect, which means you can love the person. You're in the process, but you haven't reached that level of loving the person. But the moment you say nakupenda, it means you're in the process of loving the person, or sikupendi, it means you're in the process of not loving the person.
Wow.
This will need a serious explanation. Let me do a screenshot, then I'll share this for a review again. We'll have to do a recap for it in the next class when you start it off by this recap. I'll also look for some extra YouTube videos to explain this context. Also, maybe you can watch off on that. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah, I think more of the video.
I half wonder if there's not another word about because the people really use all this. Sorry, I don't know why I doubt it. I'm just wondering if it can be used in maybe a doing word.
What?
What you're teaching us.
What?
You know, the past, present, and future, or first, second, and third. That you're talking to one person, and then you're talking. Is there another word?
It's going over our heads.
Because I mean, in English, love is love. You know, either you say I love you or I don't love you. End of story. You know.
But
okay,
okay,
they
yes.
are the English equivalent, aren't they? About I don't love you, or I used to love you, I don't want to love you anymore, and all that. So it's also there, isn't it?
Yeah, but you hardly ever hear it. I mean, what I'm really trying to say is there a working word?
Working man's man on the street version.
Okay.
We all want the basic.
Let me use the word, for example. Which word will you prefer that we do an example with? Which is common?
I love you.
How about going to work or something like that? Somebody's going to work, somebody isn't going to work. I don't know.
So let's do that. Work is kazi.
Is what? Kali.
Kazi. Can you see my left screen? I'm not using my left screen.
Left screen. Not
really. Right.
I haven't seen it yet.
I'm writing on the left now, not on the right.
Let me go up. Oh, right. Yeah, I've got you.
So kazi means job.
Okay.
Then, if kazi is job, when you're doing work or when you're working, you don't say when you're doing job. Basically, when you're working. You say,
but there's a word for working, though, isn't there?
No, working is kazi.
Working is kazi.
No, when you're working, you say nafanya. Use the word. Nafanya kazi. which means I am doing job. In English, you translate directly. I'm doing job.
Okay.
Drinking.
I'm working.
Okay.
Oh, I'm doing job. Okay.
That is in English, it's basically meaning I'm working.
Okay.
Or is there a big difference with it? When somebody saying I'm doing job, what does it mean? Is working. But Swahili doesn't have a right word of saying different that I'm working.
Okay.
When you only have job as work or job, kazi is the job or work. It's used the same word kazi.
Okay.
So when you are doing job or you are working, as you're saying, you say nafanya kazi.
Nafanya kazi.
Okay.
So the word here is nafanya, which is I am doing. So if you are saying that you don't do the work, you say sifanyi. You now say sifanyi. So you negate the na. Remember what you did in the word nakupenda?
I am.
You negate the word job. I'm working. You negate that, but you remain with the word kazi. You can't negate job. Basically, what you're meaning here is that I am not working.
Okay.
So then, this is the action part, fanya, which is do. So in this case, kazi is a noun, it's not a verb. Are we together?
Oh, because it's a doing word. Okay. Okay.
Job is job. It's not it's not a verb. Because a verb is like a doing word.
Yeah.
So job is a noun. The doing word here is fanya, which means do. Nafanya kazi. I'm doing. So the fanya is do. Now, you remember when you're doing now the negating, as you've introduced the word see, you realize you've also changed the nya, the last 8 into I. Have you seen that in the word sifani? I'm not doing.
Okay.
You see, in the first word, we had the word nafanya kazi. It was fanya. Fanya. F-A-N-Y-A. When we decided to negate the word, we said sifani. Sifani. So we moved fanya to E. Are you seeing that?
You put it in front.
Yeah, so it became sifanyi kazi.
Sifanyi kazi.
Now, for example, that's myself. That's one person. That's singular aspect. If it is in plural, okay, let's first of all go with the tenses. In the past tense, the present tense, and the future tense, remaining with the same word. Now we are negating the word. So let's take it first of all before we negate it. Let's take it in the positive affirmation. Like in the word nafanya kazi, that's positive. I am doing work. That's positive affirmation. And I am doing, which means it's something continuous. Or it's something present. You are working now and you're continuing to work. You're saying, I am doing job. Or I am working. Basically meaning that the process of the work you are doing is ongoing and is present as well. So it's present that you are doing it now and it's something you're continuously doing.
Okay.
But if you haven't done the job, you'll be doing the job. You'll say in positive affirmation, nita. Now you don't say nafanya. You bring the word nita. Fanya kazi.
Nitafanya kazi.
Which means I will be working. In this aspect, because we are not negating the word, we are still doing a positive affirmation. We don't change fanya. Fanya remains the same doing. So it will become nita. So here we have only introduced the tense, the future tense here, the ta, which means I will. Ta here means in future, I will.
Yeah, okay.
Nitafanya kazi. Which means I will do the work or I will be working.
Mhm.
Question?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me take it in step like that. So this is in future tense. But still, we have not gone to negate the word. We are still in the positive affirmation. So this is future tense here, which means nitafanya, I will do the work. The work hasn't been done. The work will be done in future. It's not going on now and it hasn't started. That's why we say it's a future tense. It's something that will be done later.
Okay.
So nitafanya kazi. Now, if I want to do or if I didn't do the work, so let's take from future to the past now. If I didn't do the work, I'll say, okay, you cannot negate something you didn't do. I mean, the action hasn't taken place. Example in the word kazi. If you say, I will do the work, now how do you say it in the past if you didn't do it? Unless here, the do won't have its past. It can only have its present and future. Let me make myself clear.
Mm-hmm.
Can you say, because do, for this example, I want to do this. Oh, there'll be a part of it. But that part cannot be clearly in Kiswahili. Because what will be a present in Kiswahili will be having the present and the future in the positive affirmation. But when you want to now bring the negative affirmation, which means you are trying to refute the sentence, now you can bring the past and the present perfect. Because here, we are dealing only with the present and future in terms of you doing the something. We are saying, I am doing the work or I will do the work.
Okay.
But when you bring the English of now we go to you are refuting the work, which means you didn't do the work. Now, when we say you didn't do the work, now you know the word didn't, which means now it's a past thing.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't do the work. If I want to say you didn't do the work, already now I am giving a negative, like I'm saying the work did not take place, which means that's now the negative format or negative affirmation of the work or the negative status of the work. When I say I did the work, that's the positive status of the work. What you say, the positive affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
When I say I didn't do the work, now you are trying to negate that statement. So somebody said, nafanya kazi, or I did the work, nilifanya kazi. Now, if you didn't do the work, you say, sikufanya. So you see, here is when you say, bring out the C. So it would be si kufanya. So you bring the ku as the past tense and say sikufanya kazi. Which means, here means I didn't do the work.
Mm-hmm. Sikufanya.
Sikufanya kazi. Then it will be in the present, no, you cannot negate something present again. You can either negate it as a past or future. So you say sikufanya kazi, which means I didn't do the work, or you can say sijafanya kazi, which means I haven't do the work. Or you'd say in the future, sitafanya kazi, which means I will not do the work.
Mm-hmm.
Can you try to digest those sentences and bring your question?
Could you I haven't done the work. It's sita could you repeat that word for us? Sijafanya.
Sijafanya kazi.
It is sijafanya, which is I haven't done. It should be I haven't done, not I haven't do.
Okay.
It's I haven't done the work.
Yeah, but I was wondering if you could just pronounce it.
It is
Sijafan. Sijafan.
No, it is sijafanya.
Yeah, sijafanya. Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
sijafanya kazi. It means I haven't done the work. Sijafanya.
Okay.
Sijafanya.
That one.
Then the word you say is sitafanya kazi, which means I will not do. Sitafanya.
Yeah.
Then the word sikufanya, which means I didn't do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's just the jafanya is harder.
Yeah.
Sijafanya. Okay.
Sijafanya kazi. Sikufanya kazi and sitafanya kazi.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it now coming more confusing than the better one?
More confusing, yeah.
Confusing, but more like English. I mean, what we hear.
Okay. Okay, so people say, I didn't do the work, I'll not do the work, or I haven't done the work.
Yes.
So if you say, I haven't done the work, which means that is close. That's like something written is close to doing the work than if you say, I didn't do the work. If you check in terms of timing, somebody telling you I didn't do the work, which means that person ought to have done the work, but either it took maybe 1 hour. Maybe you're asking this question after maybe 1 hour, 2 hours. You ask him, did you do the work? Then he says, I didn't do the work.
Yeah.
But if it is something very close
what about I'm not going to do the work?
It's the word sitafanya.
I didn't do. Okay.
Sitafanya.
Yeah, it will mean I will not do the work or I'm not going to do the work. Which means the word sitafanya. The word ta in the word sita, it means present. It means future. Like if you say, I'm not going to do the work, which means that is something you are affirming in the future.
Okay.
Like for example, you are supposed to do that work maybe by 10 a.m. And this person is asking you about the work at 9 a.m. And you're telling the person, I am not going to do the work, which means there's the time the action was to take place hasn't passed. Is a time that maybe it should be, the action should be taking place in the future. Like I'm saying, you're being asked this at 9, you ought to have done the work by 10, which means the 10 hasn't arrived. You are still at 9. Then you're telling the person, I'm not going to do the work, which means you are supposed to do the work. Your time to do the work hasn't started. Maybe somebody tells you, after cleaning this house, go take care of the garden. You see? Then you're telling the person, I'm not going to take care of the garden. You see? Which means the time you're supposed to take care of the garden hasn't arrived, but you're already telling the person you are not going to do that. So that's when the word comes sitafanya.
Sita.
Which means I will not do it or I'm not going to do it.
Sitafanya. Okay, I will not do the. Okay.
But sikufanya is like somebody told you that start with the garden, then clean the house. Maybe you're supposed to do the garden.
Clean the house, yes.
You're supposed to do the garden by 9, then get to the house by 10. And this person come by 10 and ask you, have you taken care of the garden? You say, I didn't take care of the garden. Because the time you're supposed to take care of the garden has passed now, you see? That's when you say sikufanya. I didn't.
Okay.
But when you
it's not saying that you won't necessarily do it. You just say you run out of time.
No, basically it means you didn't do the action. So it's not if it's timing, proper timing, it means we are not certain if you do it. Because already the time you're supposed to do it has passed.
It's passed. Okay.
Yeah. So it's basically I didn't do it. But if you want to say to the person that I will do it later, then you'll bring the word nitafanya. which means you are not refuting now. If you are refuting that you not even do it later, you say sitafanya. But you are saying that I will do it later. You say now nitafanya kazi. Nitafanya. It means I will do it later. So you are supposed to do it in the last time, but you haven't done it. And somebody asks you, did you take care of the garden? Instead of saying that I didn't take care, you can maybe tell him, I'll take care of it. In that place, which means you are not refuting, you are not saying that you didn't do it. You're saying that I'll do it. Now you say the word nitafanya.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, I will. The word sijafanya means that maybe you are supposed to take care of the garden maybe in the first 5 minutes before you turn to maybe the house. Then you haven't done the housework, you haven't moved to the next action, but you have also not started this action of taking care of the garden. So it gets you, maybe you are still in the house, you want to, maybe you're finishing your breakfast, then you go to the garden, then you come to the house cleaning. Then he asks you, have you done the garden? Then you say sijafanya. Now you bring the word sijafanya, which means the action haven't taken place. It's not that you're not going to do it,
but you haven't started. Yeah.
But you haven't started. That's why you bring the word sijafanya. That's why the ja is a present perfect. You are about to do the action. So you say sijafanya kazi. That now explain the chat down here on the tenses ku, ja, in, you see, and ta in the future. Okay. Any concern? And there's no concern, we'll move a bit now to look at just the verbs. Just today we'll just rewinding more vocabularies in terms of the verbs to build up on this. But I'll try to look for a video on YouTube probably that explain this other aspects of negative affirmation and positive affirmation in line with the tenses. The same way we did that one for object and subject, so that maybe you can watch it a bit again. Then once this is also ready, you can also take a screenshot of this, and I'll also take this screenshot out. Screenshot immediately. So let me get to more actions. No, you know, instead I said we live, love, we talk about working. So let's look at some more verbs that are down here that now help us. These have been we've been talking about the prefix, but now we have the main verbs down here. So some of the verbs, let me expand it a bit so that you can just find the verbs, then we'll end up there. So in Kiswahili, as I've said before, and same in English, the prefix always comes before the verb. I think that's one we are all clear with. And this prefix can be on pronoun or can be on tenses. Like you see when you say the word nitafanya. In the word nitafanya, ni stand for a pronoun, which is myself. Ta stand for tense, which is a future tense. Then fanya is the main verb here. Are we together there?
No.
Let me repeat it again.
No, I'm not sure where you are.
Let me repeat it again. I'm doing now on my left screen. So when I said in the word, nitafanya kazi, the one we are dealing with up there.
Oh, you're writing. Okay, sorry.
I'm writing on the far left.
Left, yeah.
When I say the word nitafanya kazi, I've already said that the word ni is a pronoun meaning me or I. This word fanya. And then the word ta is a tense, which means future tense here. It's something you will be done in future. The main verb here is fanya, which is do.
It's do, okay.
Or you can replace this verb with the word penda.
I will.
Penda, which means love.
Love.
So this is the main verb here. This third part, this is the main verb. Now, anything that comes before the verb or after the verb in the same sentence of the verb, like if it comes before, it will be called a prefix. That's okay in English. So in this case of the word nitafanya, which means the prefix here is ni and ta. These are prefixes because they come before the main verb, fanya. Are we together?
Yep. We go back to love.
Yes, I know. I'm using the two examples of prefix so that I show you I explain to you the verb aspect here.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm using love or do or work, fanya.
Fanya. Okay. Okay.
Now, in this case, these prefix in Kiswahili are called kiambishi. If it is one, if then like now, there are two here, there are two words here. There's a word ni and ta. We'll call them viambishi.
Viambishi. What does that mean? Sorry.
Prefix or prefixes.
Okay. Okay.
So if it's a prefix, it's kiambishi. If a prefixes, which means because there are prefixes, more than one word, or more than one word in before a verb is prefixes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
prefixes are called viambishi, while prefixes are called kiambishi.
Okay.
So it's a key V. So you say kiambishi or viambishi. Now these are words that come before the verb. They are part of the sentence, but they come before the verb.
Okay.
They form up the verb aspect, but they come, as I've said before, the verb. Are we together there?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you're coming here now to look at the verbs in the chart here, if you can see the chart, the words that have been shared here, we have the word kuweza. The first word. Are you seeing the word first word, kuweza?
Kuweza.
Oh, yeah.
Now here is a prefix. They're not prefixes because the main verb here is weza.
To be able.
Kuweza means to be able. You can't say to able. Is to be able.
Okay.
Now, the word ku means to. Then the word weza means able.
Mm-hmm.
So weza is the main verb here.
Weza.
Weza. It's called weza.
Weza. Mm-hmm.
Weza. It's able. So, weza, the word ku now become a prefix because it comes before the verb.
Mm-hmm.
And means to be able.
Mm-hmm.
Most of Kiswahili words will be having ku if you're meaning action. If you're meaning doing or being or in action part of it, all the words will be ku. So you see the word kuweza. The second word, can somebody read the second word? To buy.
Kununua.
Yes, it is
Luna.
it is kununua.
Kununua. To buy.
Yeah, you repeat the nu times two. Kununua. Kununua.
Kununua.
To buy. The other word is?
Kununua.
Yeah. Other word is? The third word?
The third word, kuja.
Kuja.
Kuja. Kuja. In fact, the word kuja, basically, you can't separate the ku in that word because the main word it means come. So you say kuja hapa. When you say the word kuja hapa, you mean come here.
Kuja hapa. Okay.
Kuja hapa. Which means come here. So kuja means come. They tell somebody nakuja, which means I'm coming. Sikuji, which means I'm not coming, or siji. It always be when now you make it to be. You remember when you were saying negating. So when you say nakuja, it means I'm coming. Remember when you say you are negating, you replace now with C. Remember? When you are negating, you say in the word nakuja, we replace now with C. So you say sikuji, or you can basically say CG, which means I'm not coming.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nakuja
sikuji or CG.
Okay.
So you see the ja, we have replaced A of the A with the I. Ja, G, Jaji, Sikuji, or CG. Now we have other words down here. Like, can somebody read the fourth word after kuja? Let me expand my screen so that you can read it.
Kupika.
Yeah, kupika. Kupika means to cook. So the word pika means cook. So kupika is to cook.
Mm-hmm.
The next one?
Kulia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kulia.
Kulia. Okay.
Now,
I
kulia
think we've
means,
had that word before, but I don't remember it as to cry. Kulia.
yeah, no. The main verb there is lia.
Okay.
And lia means cry.
Okay.
So lia, cry. Kulia, to cry.
Mm-hmm.
The other one will be very tough for you. Can you read that?
Kuniwa. Kuniwa.
Let me ask Brother Simon. I think it can be very easy for him to read that. Brother Simon. Brother Simon? Maybe he's not around. Okay, Simon.
Hello, I'm around, my brother.
I'm sure you're close.
Okay, can you read for us that word?
Close. Yeah.
Okay. For me, the pronunciation is just the same like kunwa.
Yeah, it should be kunywa.
Oh, okay.
Kunwa.
3-3.
Yes,
Okay.
to drink.
Kunywa.
Yeah, kunywa. Kunywa. It's the word is nywa. Nywa.
Nywa. Okay.
Yeah, nywa, like that. So it is kunywa.
Kunywa.
Kunywa means to drink.
Oh, we need that word. Kunua. Kunyu.
No, it's kunywa. Nywa. Kunywa.
Kunua. Okay.
Kunywa means drink or to drink.
Okay.
Now, can somebody read the next one?
Kulia.
No, this is not kula. There's no I. So it is kula. The other one was kulia.
Okay.
This one is now kula. Kula means, it means eat. You don't need even to add the to eat. It means eat. So if you're telling somebody, kula chakula. Chakula is food. So you say kula chakula, which means eat food.
Kula.
Chakula. Means eat
But
food.
I thought kula was to cry.
No,
oh, kula to eat. Oh, kula. Okay. Okay.
To cry as an I. You remember?
I. Okay. Leah.
Yeah.
Okay. I got
It's
it.
which means you add an I before A and
okay.
cry.
Kula.
While kula is KLA, which means eat.
Okay. So kula kunia. Kunua.
Kunywa.
Kunua. Okay. Eat
Kunywa
and drink.
means drink. So if you go to the hospital, if you go to the hotel, they'll ask you, unataka kinywaji gani? So when they ask you kinywaji, kinywaji here means drink in terms of a noun. Which type of drink do you want? Unataka kinywaji gani? Now, in this case, the drink here is a noun, which means either you want Tusker, you want either you want Pilsner, or you want water. It's called kinywaji. So if you go to most of the hotel, there's somewhere they've written vinywaji and chakula. So chakula is now the food. So if you have a menu, you have a menu for food and drinks.
But you pronounce that the menu for drinks different. You didn't say ku. You didn't use the K. You used the J instead.
What I'm saying here, there's difference between drinks and drink. You see, it's the same thing.
Okay.
When somebody say drink, which means is a verb, do it. Drink the water. Or drink whatever you want to drink. But when somebody say drink, here is a noun. It refers to variety of whatever can be drunk. Either it is a pilsner, is a water, or whatever. So then that's the difference here. Drink and drinks. Drink is kunywa. Kinywaji is drinks. Like which particular drinks are you taking? Maybe you're taking pilsner or Tusker. In this case, we are meaning a variety or a category or a type of a drink you want to take. But in the first place, when you say kunywa, we mean drink it. Do the action. That's why there's chakula, which means food. So if you go to menu, there are places of food and drinks. So there's a section of drinks and there's a section of food. Now, food, drinks have plural. Like you'll find the menu is written vinywaji in plural of drink. Vinywaji. So this is now drinks. Kinywaji is a specific drink you want to take. Maybe you want to take Tusker. But vinywaji is now the main menu of drinks that are available. So the menu will have food and drinks. It will be written chakula and vinywaji. So you go to the hotel, the waiter can ask you, unataka chakula gani? Which food do you want? Or they'll ask you, unataka kinywaji gani? Which drink do you want? But once you have the drink, then he will tell you kunywa, which means drink it. Am I losing it in that process of explanation?
No, the drinks is just a bit harder, that's all.
Oh, the word is
vinywaji. It has that Y in it.
Yeah, vinywaji is now drinks. That's a category of drinks you have. But kunywa is drink it. Do the action, drink it, kunywa. So kula, in this case, you say kula chakula, which will be almost close in your pronunciation, means eat food. So when you get the word kula here, means eat. Kula chakula, eat food.
Okay.
Then you will say kunywa kinywaji. Which means drink the drink you have. So here means is drink the drink you have, either it be, or either it's a soda or a Tusker, is drink the drink you have. So in this case, the first drink is action, do it. The second drink is the whatever you want to drink. The specific object. So say drink the drink or eat the food. Kula chakula or kunywa kinywaji. Or kunywa kinywaji, drink the drink. Let's go on with the other one. Is ku. The next one is ku. Let's go very fast. I want to just read the chat and then we'll end it here.
Kuhisi.
Yes, kuhisi.
Okay.
Kuhisi is to feel. The word hisi comes from the word hisia. Now remember when you had the kulia. So this word hisi, in the word kuhisi, let me put my chat again. In the word kuhisi, as Brother Gloria has read it, kuhisi means to feel. There's the word hisia. This is now a noun. This means feeling.
Hisia.
Hisia. That is your feeling or your feelings.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, what's your feeling? Now, when you say how are you feeling, I will ask you, unahisi aje? How are you feeling? But hisia is feelings. This is like a noun. It's not doing. Feelings. You know the feelings you have. Maybe what's your feelings? You have maybe a love feelings to somebody. You have either a hate feelings to somebody. That's feelings. So hate or love are feelings. What somebody feel, you ask him, how are you feeling? You'll say, I feel sad. I feel happy. You see? Unahisi haje? How are you feeling? They'll tell you, nahisi furaha, huzuni, so happiness or sadness. But you ask them, what are your feelings? Hisia. Now the feelings can be love. These are my feelings. See? Hope you can get the difference between the feelings and to feel. So kuhisi is to feel. While hisia are your feelings. I'll ask you, are you feeling pain? Are you feeling pain? Now, if I ask in Kiswahili, in English, like for example, are you feeling pain? Are you feeling pain? That in Kiswahili will be, unahisi uchungu. The word uchungu, unahisi uchungu. Are you feeling pain?
True. Okay.
Well, I'll ask you, what are you feeling? In Swahili means, hisia zako ni gani ama ni zipi? So use the word hisia. What are your feelings? Hisia, feelings. Hope now you can understand the difference between hisi and hisia in regards to feeling and feelings.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, let's go to the next one very fast. Read the next one.
Kupa.
Yeah, kupa.
To give.
To give. While kopa is to borrow. Kupa is give. Kopa is borrow.
Okay.
They're very close. So kopa means borrow. Kupa means give. The next one?
Kutua.
No.
Kutua.
There's no two there. It's to.
To. Oh, okay. Okay.
So can you read?
Kuto.
No, you're not reading it properly. There's what you're missing. Can somebody read that one?
Kutua.
No, it is kutoa. Kutoa.
I'll drop in the O.
Yeah. So O is O, it's not U, it's kutoa.
Okay.
Kutoa.
Kutoa is to give out or remove from out. Remove it from inside to out. Toa. So the word come, the main verb here is toa. Give.
Toa.
Give. Then there's kuenda. Kuenda.
Oh, okay. Okay, no P. Okay, kuenda. Kuenda.
Or it can be kwenda. Kwenda.
Kuenda.
Yeah. It's kwenda or kuenda, which means to go. The next word?
Kusikia.
Yes, kusikia, which means to hear. Sikia is hear. So this one is borrowed clearly from the organ that does the word. The word sikia means hear. What do you use to hear?
Oh, your ear.
Your ears. So Swahili have the ear called sikio.
Kia and sukio. Okay. Kia.
So you use sikio to sikia. You use the ear to hear. I think how also the words are very close in English. Because in English you say you use the ear to hear. In Swahili it's almost also very close. You use sikio to sikia.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yes. The next one?
Where are we? Kuchi Kia. Here.
No.
Kuchika.
Oh, well done. Kuchaka sounds better.
Kucheka. Kucheka.
Kucheka.
Yeah, it's to laugh. Then
someone in the supermarket.
Then the word you've been using all along is the next one.
Kupenda. Oh, this is. I always think of this as your word, Sister Valerie. Kupenda.
Yeah.
At least you pronounce it well.
Yeah, it's kupenda. Then the next word is
Kusikiliza.
Perfect, brother Elder Glenn. It's kusikiliza. Kusikiliza, to listen.
Okay. And then kutazama.
Kutazama. Kutazama. The main word here is tazama, look. Tazama hapa. Look here. Kutazama, to look. It can be to look at, but it's the word to look. Kutazama. Then the next one is?
Kutafuta.
Yes. Wow, you've been doing enough practice.
He's doing well, huh?
Yes.
Brother Glenroy. You're hitting them on the head today.
Yeah. Kutafuta is to look for, which means you are searching, to search for, or to look for. Is kutafuta. The word search or look for is tafuta. Then the next word?
Kulipia.
No,
Sister
it's
Valerie, this is one of yours.
It's kulipa. No, not pia.
Okay.
There's no I. It is lipa, kulipa, not kulipia.
Oh, okay. Lipa.
But the word you have said is also correct, Sister Ida. Let me give you a brief example of that. The word kulipa means to pay. The word kulipia, which you are saying, means to pay for. So when you're paying for me, you'll say, nalipia pigeon, which means I'm paying for, kulipia. Well, when you're paying, or maybe you're in supermarket, you'll find a tag written kulipia. The word kulipia, which means to pay for, this is the number. So kulipia, then they put the number. That means this is the account or the number you can use to pay for. Well, kulipa means to pay. So to pay means kulipa. Maybe, for example, when you're working and you get your salary, somebody will ask, umelipwa. Have you been paid? That word comes from the main word lipa. So lipa is pay, while lipa is to pay for. Let's get to the next one in the next part of the chat.
Kusuma.
Kusoma.
Where is that one?
Up the top of the next column.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay.
Kusoma. So kusoma is to read or to study.
Mm-hmm.
It comes from the main verb soma, read or study.
Mm-hmm.
You'll tell your kid, mtoto wangu, soma. Mtoto, my son, read or study. Soma. Mtoto wangu, soma. My son, study or read. Then the next word is?
Tua.
Kutoa.
Kutoa. We had come across it. Remember, in the first column, you see the word kutoa is somewhere after the word kupa.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I say it meant give out or remove. You can remove something from somewhere. Kutoa. The same thing. Remove it.
Mm-hmm.
Or when you're giving tithe, unatoa, you are giving out. So you're giving out your money in the church as tithe. We still say kutoa. So in Swahili, they say kutoa sadaka. The word sadaka is the tithe.
Okay.
So kutoa sadaka, in that format will mean to give out the tithe. Well, when you say kutoa, maybe what will you remove from somewhere? Maybe kutoa uchafu, to remove dirt from somewhere, or dirtiness or anything, or clothing, you'll say kutoa. So I can tell you toa nje, remove it out. So the main word is toa, which means remove or give out. That is it. Here it means to remove, and down it means to give out. It's the same thing. The next word?
Kusima.
No.
Excuse me. Can I just ask?
Yes.
Kutoa, it's the same to remove or to give. Is just the same, or to take?
No, to take is kuchukua. Kuchukua.
Kuchukua.
Now kuchukua is now you're taking. It's like you're receiving. But kutoa is like you're giving it out. So I'm giving by my hand, natoa. Then you are taking, unachukua.
Okay.
Yes. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay. We can proceed.
Okay, thank you. Now, the word is kusema, not kusima. I know you, Brother Glenn, you've been confused by E. It always comes out as I to you. Kusima.
Kusima.
It is kusema.
Kusema.
Yes.
Kusema.
Yes, kusema. Kusema is to say or to speak. For example, I'll ask you, sema jina lako. Say your name. Sema jina lako. Jina is name. So sema jina lako, which is say your name. The next one is?
Kuna.
Kuna, yeah.
Kuona.
Ona.
Kuona. It
Ona.
means to see. The main verb there is ona. Ona, see. Ona, see. That's the main verb.
Ona.
The next one is
Kuza.
Say
Hmm?
Go on.
Kuza.
Kuza.
kuuza.
Kuza. Yeah.
So you don't say it as one word as kuza. Those are double u.
Kuza. Yeah.
So yes, the right word is kuuza. To sell. For example, kuuza nyumba, to sell her house. Kuuza. Kuuza chakula is to sell food. So the main verb here is uza, which means sell. Uza.
Uza.
The next word is
Kuka.
Kukaka. Kukaa.
kukaa. Kukaa.
Okay.
Because it's a double A. So you lengthen it. You say kukaa. It's a double A. Kukaa.
Kukaa. Okay.
It means to sit. Sit is ka. So ka means sit. Kukaa means to sit.
Okay.
The next one?
Kulala.
Yes, kulala.
Kulala. Kulala.
It means to sleep. To sleep. Now, the word lala is sleep. Lala, sleep. So when we were young, there's that famous song we used to sing for the kids. Say la la. We used to say la la toto la la. La la toto la la. Means sleep toto, which is the kid. Sleep child sleep. Sleep child sleep. La la toto la la. Now you actually it's like you ease the kid when you either carry the kid on your laps or anywhere else, then you sing the song la la toto la. Those are lullabies. That's where the lullaby come in.
Lullaby, yes.
Yeah, so the kid will just sleep. La la toto la la. You're telling the kid sleep. So the word lala is sleep. Then of course, kusema, I said, it means to say or to speak. It means the same thing, kusema, to say or to speak. The next one, after kusema, the next word is
Kusema. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go on. They all sounded better. Kusema.
No, I said as one word. Is no, it is kusimama.
Oh, kusi.
Mama.
Okay. Kusi. Okay.
Kusi mama.
Mama.
Yeah, kusimama.
Of course, it sounds right when you say it, but you know. yeah. So out, yes.
Kusimama.
Okay.
Yeah, kusimama. Kusimama means to stand or to stop. So when somebody tell you simama, it can either mean stand up or it can mean stop there.
Stop.
Simama, stop. Or simama, stand. Stand up. So that's the same thing. Simama.
Mama.
Yeah, simama. Then the next word is?
Kufikiri.
Yes, kufikiri means to think. Kufikiri, to think. Then the next word is?
Kusafiri.
Yes, kusafiri.
You're good today. Kusafiri.
Yeah. Kusafiri means to travel. Now, the journey is called safari.
Oh, yes, yeah.
That's why we have safari boot. So safari boot, they basically, you know the safari boots?
No.
You don't know safari boots?
Not really. It sounds like army boots.
No, it's not an army boot. Let me see if I can get you safari boot. You see it. Safari boot is not it's a boot that is made here in most part of Africa, but I think you've seen it. Let me just, there's a name you can have it, but it's safari boot. Let me show you it.
And they're actually boots.
Then there'll be brown boots, would they?
Yeah, there'll be brown boots, but not the other boots, you know. These are boots made in Africa. The brown boots. Right. Let me show you if you can see it. I know you've come across them.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Is that safari boots?
Yeah, you see it's written safari.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, see.
They would just be, what would they be? Suede boots. Would they be suede boots? Yeah.
All over the world, their name is just safari boots.
Oh, wow.
And they are made in Africa.
Yeah, most of them are made in Africa using the skins. That's why the word safari came in. So when they say safari boot, they basically meant is a boot you put it on when you travel or you're going on a journey. That's why they say safari boot.
Okay.
So it's nothing to do with Timberland.
No, it's nothing to do with the Timberland. Timberland is now different. Timberland might be close to that, but Timberland is a bit different. You see now the Timberland, how it looks like. Yeah, Timberland.
No, I've heard of it.
Yeah, it look a bit heavy a bit. And like this one, this is just a special kind of boots. They just look like this. They call them safari boot. They exactly look just like that. So this is the safari boot. The other one is a Timberland. No, these are safari boot.
There's a controversy the Timberland.
Yeah, but these are basically made in part of Africa. They were making them using the skin of the animals, and this one is it can take almost 3 to 5 years.
Wow! And are they waterproof?
They're not waterproof, but these are pure. It's a pure skin.
Okay.
Yeah, these are pure skin. We call it the leather, the safari boots. So that's why they crafted the word safari, which means journey boot. Then when you say safari, it means travel.
Okay.
But safari
you learned something.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the difference of that. That's not the safari boot. Brother Glenn, you should look for one around.
Yeah. I'm just busy wearing sandals or whatever. Just trying to find a big enough sandals. I can't find any size 12.
Yeah,
there must be about people have even bigger feet than that.
Look for Maasais.
Well,
you know the Maasais.
Tanzanians seem to have small feet.
Oh, okay.
No, Maasais are making some sandals. The Maasai community.
Yes, I know. I've been trying to get some from them. They're very small.
No,
I see the guys on the beach and on the road with their stack of sandals. I've tried some. I can't find any fit me. I'll keep trying though because I want to get some from them.
But you have a traditional one which can fit you. Let me show you the one. That one can fit your leg. It's as big as you feel, as big as you want it. This is the first one here. If you can see, the first one in this side is homemade. This one I'm circling here. Yeah, this is original, typical, traditional one. These ones, and this one, this one takes you years. This one I'm circling the first place. It's called Maasai handmade men. So this one you can get a one like this one. This one now can fit you.
Well, I look for them. I see mostly the second one.
Yeah, they have the second one, but the second one are not that.
Yeah, with the Rasta colors and the one with the in the middle. But I find that squeeze my toe.
Yeah, this one or this one, they're made directly from the tire. These ones here.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, this one now you can get one that fits because they make it as huge as you want. We have this young man they call the Gen Z Goliath in Kenya. Have you heard this story? The Gen Z Goliath.
No.
The young tall man in Kenya who is training, they couldn't find the shoe that matched him. So he has been using all along. He has been using those Okala. We call them Okala. In Swahili, we call them Okala. This young man is very tall. So he doesn't have a shoe that fits him. So he's been using
they
this
must
one.
be able to get them made for him.
No, they have made for him a 55 size.
Okay.
How big?
55.
55.
Yeah, size 55. You know, we have size 45, almost the biggest in market. But now they have made for him size 55.
Good.
Now you see, he's putting them down here. In his leg, you'll find he's putting on those Okalas. Because, like here, when he was in the studio, he was having those Okalas because he doesn't have anyone that match him. You see his leg here.
Oh, look at him. He's so tall, huh? It's wonderful.
Yeah, he's 8 point something.
Oh, wow.
But he has received a lot of endorsement. He's a brand ambassador of now vehicle company and so many other things. He went to Bata. They were trying to make for him some shoe now that can fit him.
Okay.
Yeah, they call him the Gen Z.
They call him the what? Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Gen Z. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the Gen Z who are on the street. So let's finish. I think we're having some few of them to finish. Only 4 of them. Let's go to after Kusafiri. The next one is
I need to make it bigger.
Kuamaka. Kuamaka.
Amaka.
No, Kuamka.
Yes, Kuamuka.
Kuamuka.
Kuamuka. Okay.
Yeah, Kuamuka.
But there's no O. Mu.
Mka. It's Muka. Muka.
Muka. Okay.
Yeah. Kuamuka, which is to wake up. So we have Kuamuka, to wake, and Kulala, to sleep.
Kutembea.
No.
Kutembea.
Not Mbi, it's Mbe.
Kutembea.
No.
Meba.
No, Glenn.
No, B. No, A. No, the E.
There's A at the end.
Temba.
No, you see what, Brother Glary? The first A in the te, you find it very correct. You say kute. You don't say kuti. But now when you go to Mbe, you say kutembi. It should kutembe. Kutembea.
Kutembea.
Yes. So all
it always sounds so easy when you hear it.
It's kutembea. Kutembea is to walk.
Okay.
Then the next one?
Kuteka.
No, there's no te, it's ta.
Kutaka.
Yes, kutaka. Kutaka, it means to want. You want something.
Kutaka.
I want, nataka. So the word is taka, nataka, I want. Sitaki, I don't want. So it's taka, kutaka.
Kutaka.
The next one?
Usha.
Yes, kuosha. Kuosha, which means to wash. Now, the word osha means wash. Osha.
Osha.
Now, you remember when you say kutazama, there's somewhere we admit the word kutazama, to look at. It also means the same thing, to watch. Kuangalia. So the next word is kuangalia. Same to the word kutazama.
Kuangalia.
Yeah, kuangalia. To watch. For example, I'll ask you, when you're watching your TV, you'll say, naangalia TV. Ama runinga, naangalia. I'm watching television. Or natazama mpira. I am watching football or game on the TV. Well, if you're using a radio, you say nasikiza or nasikia. Listen, to kusikiliza means to listen. So you say nasikiliza radio. I'm listening to a radio. Natazama runinga. I'm watching a TV. The next one. The next one.
Kufan. I don't know what the YAK is.
Is the one?
Yeah.
Sister Ida, you're forgetting the one you had proposed.
So to work, okay. Kufa. No, I don't know the last bit of it.
No, it is kazi.
Yakazi.
It is kufanya kazi. Kufanya kazi.
Kazi, to work.
Yes,
work.
to work.
Kazi is work.
Kazi.
Yeah, kazi is work.
Kazi. Okay.
Kufanya kazi. Remember we say kazi is the work.
Okay. Kazi.
And the last one is?
Kuandika.
Perfect. Kuandika.
Right, yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah. That's
Good.
the end of our class today.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, it's been interesting. Oh, wow. Look at the time. That's good.
Hope you've learned some new vocabularies. Time has also gone very fast. We didn't even realize time was moving. Time has gone very fast, and we have actually gone almost 2 hours. But I think it was more engaging, so you didn't realize. But now I think it's also becoming very easy for us to read these words, and that shows some level of improvement on how we are moving on.
Yeah, at least we're starting to sound like we recognize them.
Yeah. Now, take hold of some of these vocabularies so that you can maybe be using them a bit as you expand on your language vocabularies. So you have a lot of them here, from sleeping, buying, eating, seeing, standing, traveling, paying. There's a lot here that you can master.
And we should revise it when we're eating, sleeping, walking, laughing.
Yeah. That will really help you a lot. So without much ado, permit me to bring the class to an end by here, please.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
And, oh.